Draco. I'm here with guest cosplayer Yaya Han, who's here for Katsucon 2012. And we started a new cosplayer section. I want to find out more information from cosplayers, how they got started, their tips and tricks of the trade and stuff like that. So I figured we start with one of the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. So how did you get started? What was your first con cosplay experience?
I started a very long time ago. My first convention was Anime Expo 1999, so last century. And yeah, I've been doing it ever since, so going on 13 years, and just kind of fell in love with the concept of dressing up as your favorite character. And I didn't know how to sew, I didn't know how to craft much. I was an artist, so I've always been very creative, and I think that really sort of helped me in immersing myself in cosplay, because if you really think about it, cosplay is a very creative art form. It encompasses a ton of different skills, techniques, and you can just really have a lot of artistic freedom.
So how does it feel like from back then to get started to where you are now, where you're actually like not just a cosplayer, but you're a guest cosplayer coming to conventions and stuff like that? Would you have ever imagined that?
When I first started, of course not. I mean, I was just another fan, just, you know, having fun with my costumes, and I sort of, I was very active in the community, and I did a lot of contests. I won a lot of contests, and then I started doing panels and judging, and from there evolved the career path that I sort of put myself on, which is to attend conventions, and I have a business involving cosplay. I make appearances worldwide. I go to about 25 shows a year, and I have a very popular cosplay accessories line. Right now, My Little Pony, everything is going nuts, right? And I'm like, I can't even keep up with orders. So it makes me feel really great when people can either benefit from my experiences and my knowledge, and that could help with their cosplays, or if they can purchase any of my very affordable products to be able to complete their costumes. So
and where can they find that stuff at?
Everything of mine you can find at yayahan.com. It's just yayahan.com, and I'm on Facebook under Yaya Cosplay, and Twitter under Yaya Han, so I'm very active.
What was your first cosplay? What was the very first cosplay you ever did?
I did a cosplay of Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Nice.
It was my favorite character back then. And so yeah, a friend taught me how to use a sewing machine, how to read a pattern, and then just like set me loose onto the world. And I've been just making costumes ever since.
I actually wanted to be Hiei, but people told me I was too tall to be him.
Hiei is like 5 foot.
Yeah.
I mean 4'8" or something ridiculous.
So I ended up doing Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z, which happened to be done by the same American voice actor. And
there you go.
That was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
But all the good people were short, so it's
I don't know. I always feel like I'm too short
really?
to do some characters. Yeah, I always wear really tall heels. And
do you have a favorite cosplay at all?
My favorite, well, each of them is very important to me because they're my babies. I made them. But I would say probably I love dressing up as Felicia from Darkstalkers, because she is a very cool character, very fun to pose with. Carmilla from Vampire Hunter was the most technically challenging so far, so that was definitely one of my favorite costumes too.
Classic movie.
Yeah, and I love dressing up as Catwoman. I feel great when I'm dressed as Catwoman.
Leather?
Oh, latex.
Latex.
Yeah.
Latex. So is there any questions that you wish somebody would ask you that they don't, that you never get asked, that you'd want to answer?
That's a question I've never been asked before, so that's a first. Yeah, I get asked a lot of the same questions. I guess I wish people would ask more about the history of cosplay, because I feel like the history is sort of not being passed on, and people kind of forget where it came from. And the cosplay scene is changing so rapidly fast. It's becoming mainstream a lot more. It's becoming more commercial. And so I think people get into cosplay thinking that it's, you know, becomes a beauty contest or something, that it's about looking hot in whatever costume, and it's not really about craftsmanship anymore. But I I am somewhat of a cosplay purist. I remember the days where we couldn't get rigs and custom colors and, you know, whatever that, you know, darkish pink or mintish green. You couldn't get any of that. So you have to dye your own wigs, style your own wigs, and you have to make every costume by yourself. Whereas now, you can buy costumes fully made. You can hire professional, you know, studios and pop houses to build costumes. You can have a whole team making a costume if you want to. And then, so it's like we have this whole generation of models that are coming into cosplay where, you know, really cosplay is an art form. It's about creativity and crafting. So I really wish people would sort of remember the history of that, like just how hard people like me have worked the last decade to raise cosplay up to the standard that we have.
We're talking about the history now. If you could like bury something for future cosplayers, what would you like put a letter in, or and what
yeah,
would
if I could have a time capsule. I mean, I think I would just. I would love for people to know that all of the stuff that they take for granted sometimes is really have to come from somewhere, and to work harder to improve cosplay and be very positive about it. You know, like convention, I would put an old Polaroid or, you know, disposable camera convention photo so the cosplayers can see, oh, this is where it came from. We didn't used to have professional photo shoots. Nobody had nice cameras. So it was just like a disposable camera, click, that's your picture of your costume. I also think it's really great that Katsucon has the World Cosplay Summit this year, because it is truly a celebration of the merging of craftsmanship and performance. We're looking for the best team to represent the United States and Japan this summer, and we're looking for great craftsmanship, really great performance, and the teams, they've been working really hard. So that's on Saturday at Katsucon, and I'm hosting it, so I'm looking forward to that.
For cosplayers that would say Katsucon's the very first time ever cosplaying, do you have any tips for them for the future?
Katsucon is a fantastic convention for cosplay. It's a beautiful hotel, tons of locations. For a cosplayer coming here for the first time, it might be a bit intimidating because you will see some of the best costumes around. I mean, people have been working over the winter break on these outfits, so they've had months. And I would take it all in, you know, talk to people, attend some of the cosplay panels, and, you know, watch the World Cosplay Summit, watch the masquerade, see what goes on stage, and then plan your attack next time. So research and then plan the attack for next time. For next year, exactly. That's for a new cosplayer coming to Katsucon. That's my suggestion.
Would you like for your fans, do you have a sort of schedule for future cons, stuff you'd like to let people know about where we're going to be at?
Yeah, I'm absolutely. I'm at a lot of conventions this year. I just posted an updated schedule on my website, yayaha.com, and upcoming for me is I'm going to Mexico in March to a really big, giant 40,000 people convention called CMJC, and then I'm doing, you know, all the big ones, Anime Central, Anime Expo, San Diego, Otakon, Draco, all of those shows I will be at. And later in the year, I'm actually going to be making some appearances out of the country to the Philippines and New Zealand. So that should be really fun.
You'll be all over the place.
I will be all over the place, yes.
I'll have to keep up to date with Twitter with you, I guess.
I will try to tweet as much as possible. I do tweet a lot, so.
Alright, well thank you very much for your time.
Thank
it was a
you.
very big pleasure interviewing you. I've been doing this for 3 years myself, so I feel like I'm still new to it. So.
Well, you just keep working on it and keep building your portfolio of costumes, keep learning.
Well, I hope you have a very fun Katsucon.
Thank you, I look forward to it.
Cut.